What's on the agenda in the next month for you guys with your birds?
Get ready for the fly.
Yeah, so our fall fly national qualifier for the 20 bird is October 2nd and 3rd. Okay, and so um, I personally have locked down my yearlings and old birds, 2.5 year olds, to molt. So they've been out on a weekend, one day, maybe 2 days. And then they just sit and eat all they want and molt. And come September 1st, I'll probably start flying them more regularly, and just to get them back in shape. But they're still molting pretty heavily.
Yeah. Boy,
And so anyway, and that's with my old birds. And then the young birds from I bred this year to 2025s, my first round, there's some birds spinning in there, and so hopefully by October I'll have enough of young birds that are actually rolling up to standard to compete with. So I'll have a young bird team and then my holdover old bird team. So that's what I got going. Rich can tell you what he's got going.
well, what I'm going to do is pretty similar to that, but I'm just going to keep flying them. Not very much, but flying them every other day, feeding them good, just watching them. And I'll have a good old bird team, and probably going to take the hens and add some other hens that are coming in, the youngsters. Just toss
Right.
them in there with them. That sparks them usually pretty good too. So hopefully have a couple of good.
So you're thinking mainly you're going to be flying yearlings and holdovers for your competition. You're not going to
Yeah.
fly any young birds.
Well, no, there'll be young birds mixed
There'll
in
be
with them.
mixed-
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
from
yeah.
this, okay.
Right. I've already got enough right now, and they're just starting. And it's like, so I don't need too many. So, but I still got another month,
Another month.
and that they're just coming in like crazy right now. I might even have a whole old bird or young bird team.
That's what I'm hoping.
Well,
yeah.
the one I was just telling you about,
Yeah.
that thing's kicking it right now. I mean, just starting, but holy mackerel, they're only like 2.5 months old, and they're
2.5 months old or 2.5 months in the air.
2.5 months old.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, 2.5 months old. I mean, they just started kitting.
I was gonna say they only been in flying for about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
2,
about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm getting breaks already from them, good
Wow.
breaks.
Wow.
And I'm seeing really some nice ones in there already, and there's just going to be more and more all the time. And I've got 4 teams of them, so I'm looking forward to maybe having a young bird team of Irish. So.
Cool.
Tell me about that, like the difference between young birds and mature birds in performance.
Go ahead, Ray.
Well, young birds are very unpredictable. They tend to be exciting to watch because they're coming in, they're enjoying themselves, they're rolling their butts off, but they're unpredictable.
The Irish aren't.
But I'm just saying,
I
yeah,
know,
with
but
I'm talking my birds. The
Yeah,
Irish
oh,
pigeons,
okay,
Rich
okay,
is the Irish
yeah.
guy.
Well, what I'm saying about the Irish is they can come in so early and be so good, and they stay good too. That's what I found in all those teams I've been flying to get every year. They just get older and older and older, but all the way up to it, they didn't do nothing wrong when they were young either. So it was like, holy crap.
Yeah. So
You know.
back to your question. So young birds can be spectacular, but also they can be trapped. And so in the fall, I've always done pretty well in national competition with young birds. And then with half a dozen old birds mixed in, old hens usually. And so the old bird teams are way more predictable, and they're more polished. They know how to roll. They don't have any trouble with the roll. Maybe they tend to be a little less frequent with my family. I'm talking my family here, not Rich's
Right,
Irish
right.
birds. And so that's the main difference. I mean, the young birds can be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah, they can be.
But the old birds, you figure you're going to have a good score. It may not be the top score, but you'll have a good score. You can pretty much count on them because they're proven. They know what they're doing, and it's just getting them right on the day with the molt, and so like we're flying the 20 bird The 11 bird we flew in June, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I won it, but I gave it to Jeff Meyer. He was second place.
Yeah.
So Jeff is going to be competing for the 11 bird national, and so I'm not a big fan of the 11 bird.
I'm not
fly.
either, man.
And so
Neither one of us are.
yeah, and so anyway, Jeff's going to compete for the national for that, and then so, but our 20 bird fly is coming up October 2nd, 3rd. Yeah. So what do you think, Rich? With young birds compared to old birds?
Well, my hooties, they used to be kind of unpredictable when they were younger, but when it's just such a change when I got these Irish birds. It's like I wasn't ready for what happens. It's just amazing, the difference. So yeah, I can either make it any way I want. I got the birds, so.
So, but you think you'll have a young bird team ready to fly this fall? That's competitive? Or are you mainly going to count on your holdover old birds?
Well, I'll just wait and see, because I think I'm going to have a team right out of the box.
Okay.
That'll be really good. So it looks like anyway, because I'm seeing it now, and there's only a few that aren't rolling, and all the rest of them need to pick up the pace and go a little faster, a little deeper. You know what I mean? They're not polished yet,
Yeah.
but they'll get there. And if they don't, I'll just put a few of the best ones in there with my best hens and have a mixed hen team.
Yeah.
But the cocks will all be old cock birds.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say that either, though. I might have a couple superstars that
Young-
pop up, and you want to put
young
them in with the
cockbirds,
cocks,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
they'll fly great together, So
No, and that's true. You can fly some good young birds with your
Yeah.
old bird team. You can.
and sometimes it sparks them,
Yeah, you don't want to hold them together and manage them the same
Right.
feed-wise, because it's not.
You almost want to manage them separate.
You do manage
Yeah.
them separate, yeah. And so, but you can, like with my pigeons, I don't know about Rich's Irish birds, with mine, I can add pigeons to the team a day or two before competition,
Yep.
and they'll work.
We both can do that because we got birds that kit real good.
Yeah, they roll when they're supposed to,
Yep.
hopefully, and they kit well. And so I don't have to fly a group of birds for 2 months together in order to get teamwork. I get it. It is genetic. It's
Mhm.
it's in them. And Rich's Irish birds tend to be the same, I think.
Yeah, they do.
And just a little bit of time I've had with them, not quite a year yet, and I can see that.
Oh, wait till you start flying all young babies. Oh, Rick,
No,
you're
I
gonna-
will see. Yeah,
it's so fun.
I'm gonna fly all winter.
It's just so fun. They don't make no mistakes up there. I mean, once in a while something happens, but
the
not much.
thing that I am going to work on with those Irish birds is to only breed off of deeper pigeons. And I want them at least 20 feet. And a lot of the birds are not. They're 15. They're fast. They're clean. But I wish they would go a little deeper. And so. Like my birds, I watch my birds. They go, whoa, they're deep, and that's what does it for me, And so, with those birds from Rich, I'm going to be selecting for birds that are deeper, and it'll be interesting to see how they're flying. If they still fly lower, because lower flying pigeons rolling deep sometimes might have issues, And so it's gonna be a great challenge. I'm going to learn a whole lot, and if I get it right, Rich is going to wish he hadn't given them to me.
No, I'll always be glad I gave it to you, Rick. Just because it makes you happy, man.
Yeah.
That's a sign of a true friend, buddy, because you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want the guy that lives next door to you have good birds.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But so anyway, that's our comments on
Yeah.
young birds, old birds, as far as
Yeah.
competition.
No, that about covers it, because
Yeah.
I like them a little deeper, but I like them about 30 foot is what I like. I like all mine about 30 if I can get it, and most of mine are 20 and 30. That's fine. I like 20 and
What's
30.
the length of that tree, you think?
That tree?
That poplar? How tall do you think that is?
15 foot.
That poplar?
Yeah.
No bullshit. That's taller than that. I
Huh?
want to say that's close to 25.
Uh,
Because I look at the garage, and I used to have a basketball hoop there, and it was 10 foot. And it was right above that molding. That was 10 foot. That's twice that.
yeah,
You want me to
about
fly the
30
drone?
foot.
No,
I
I
can
don't have to
measure it.
even fly the drone, but I'm just.
Well,
But you know, that right there, if a pigeon rolls the length of that tree, that's enough for me.
yeah,
Because you can appreciate the roll
yeah, that's good enough.
and make you go, holy cow, you know, and
But I know it's 20 foot.
yeah, I think it's 20 plus. But anyway.
Well, I'm just looking at it, and like if you went put a stick up there 10 foot tall, be 4 feet above your head.
Mhm.
This is 8 feet. If I'm standing there like that, that's 8 feet.
Yeah.
So if I walk over to that tree and put both my hands
See
up,
that little dead sprig sticking up
yeah,
there? Yeah,
that's about where
8
you'll hit.
That's about 8 foot.
so
you double
3
that,
times 8
16.
is 24.
Yeah, I think it's about 25 foot. But Ming's gonna throw his drone up there after a bit and just see to prove it, right? Yeah. But I mean, right there. So just as an example, that's the depth that I gotta have birds go, right there, boom, because it's deep enough you can appreciate the roll, and it's not overly deep that it just
So
you know, it keeps them away from the team.
you're saying if I walk over to the base of that tree and hold my hand up, I
You'd
can
be by
touch that
little
stick?
Yeah, I
No,
think so.
I don't go see.
Okay.
I can't reach that stick.
Well, that's 8 foot.
This is 8 feet.
Yeah, so I bet you're dang close.
Maybe. I'm not gonna stand on my toes.
This reminds me of a fun story.
You have to tell after.
Yeah.
Alright. Let me show this.
By God, that's 10 foot. So 10, so I was right, that's 30 foot, man. So that's how deep I want my pigeons to roll. At least. You know. I got a little hen on fly now, young bird is going 4 whole seconds.
Oh yeah.
Easier to tell if the top of the tree wasn't real bushy.
Yeah.
You know?
But
If
you
you
know,
had
I-
just this
Not
pole,
like
it'd be
1, 2,
easier
3,
to-
4. I'm counting 1001, 1002, 1003, 1000. Oh my gosh, you know, and that's a little excessive for kid competition, but it's to make you shout and go, "Holy cow!" That's pretty cool. And so far, she's handling it. She's not having any trouble, so which is good.
What do you think the tree is now, Rich?
It's a little taller than I thought. I said 15 foot, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's more than that.
it's like 30. Because if that's
Were you talking
10
about the
foot-
leaves on
the
top
very
of the
top?
the leaves?
Yeah,
Top of the leaves.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, my point of the matter is that's how deep I want a pigeon at least to do that. That's my goal with those Irish birds for sure, and mine as well.
Yeah, I'm sure we walked up close to the tree. You'll see it, the height of it.
Oh,
more.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
But you
because
can't with
the-
when you're watching rollers. You're always at a different perspective. You're
Right.
at this angle, see,
Right.
unless you got your drone up, which
Right.
is cool. But so many people have trouble
we all do.
determining depth.
Yeah, we do.
You know, and I think George Mason made a great comment. He says, you know, as long as they're deep enough to where you can appreciate the roll, that's all you got to worry about. You don't need to be out there
Well,
with
a lot of
slide,
guys
a slide
appreci-
rule and a.
A lot of people aren't like you. You like it a little deeper roll.
Oh, I
A
do.
lot of people
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, I like them to go. Holy crap!
But then all of a sudden the rest of the birds take off and the
No,
holy
I
crap
know.
birds stay
No, I
down
know.
low.
No, I
That's what
know.
happened the other day.
Yeah, I know.
That's what gets you. And
Yeah, but
especially,
usually my birds don't do that, Rich. And that
I know,
was,
but if you have Irish in there, this is obviously.
that was the influence.
Yeah, it
It's
was.
like Gabe said, was it hormones, the cock hormones, or was it incompatibility? And I think it was a little bit of both.
Well, yeah, because the Irish, they looked at those birds going, they were already up pretty high, and then it kept going higher. They thought, there's no chance we're ever going to
Yeah,
catch
screw
up
it. We'll
with
just
them,
stay
you know?
low and break
Yeah.
and roll hard down low.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, next question, sir.
Why don't you guys enjoy the 11 bird? I just wanted to.
I think it's not even a fly.
The
You
11 bird was designed for the guys in southeastern United States whose pigeons didn't break together. And so they were having trouble scoring in
Is
the
that the
20 bird
reason,
fly.
Rick?
That's the reason.
Because I thought it was because they couldn't showcase their deeper birds.
Well, that was what started it. So their birds didn't break together, but they did roll fantastic, excellent pigeons. You know, and Birmingham Roller is its ability to roll with inconceivable rapidity to appear like a spinning ball, not break as a team. Nowhere in the definitions does it say that, right?
Well, the definition comes from one man. That's Penson.
No, I know. And so anyway,
Everybody believes Penson's the man. I don't know about that.
yeah. And so the guys in South Carolina, in the southeast there, came up with this idea, well, let's just showcase our 11 best pigeons and score each bird's individually. Whereas I've always felt that these pigeons should be scored as a team.
Right. That's what I think too.
And Rich agrees with me on that. And so we've been, you know, we haven't been very enthusiastic about this. How's that for a term?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's very right.
Yeah. And so
I just make a fool of myself because I don't want to fly in it at all. I call it the dummy fly or something.
well,
anything.
you know, funny Kenny Billings, good old Ken, made a comment. He called it the
Sissy fly.
sissy fly, but then
Yeah.
he went and won it. You know, now she was the winner, and proved his point, I guess. And but when you have a team of pigeons, a family of pigeons that break together, and you're flying the 11 bird, as a judge, if you have 11 birds dump 20, 30 feet, holy crap, is that hard to score? As opposed to onesie or twosies and coming, you know, like a lot of the guys do, used to have over in the southeast there. And so that's just our feeling on it. We like the 20 bird. We like the teamwork.
I like the concert performance. That's
Yeah.
what's beautiful.
Yeah,
man.
unison, you know.
That's so
and-
beautiful to just watch them just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and they gather right back up quick as they can, go a little further, quiet. We call it quiet time. We go quiet
Yeah.
time, quiet time, quiet time, boom, and then just,
Yeah.
oh man, it just,
Whereas an 11 bird, you can have a very active pigeon rolling 30-footer. One pigeon can make you win the fly if he's, you know, and
how can that be?
well, if you got one pigeon that rolls
All the
three
time.
times a minute,
yeah. No, I thought
and
just
he's
one,
going
one roll.
No, you go 3 times a minute, and he's getting scored 2 points each roll. There's 6 points a minute, 20. There's a lot of points, you know. And you look at the scores for the 11 bird. Guys win with a couple hundred points, 200-300 points.
Yeah.
You know, and so unless you're Gabe, you get 700 points. But anyway, to me, roller pigeons really show themselves when they break as a team.
Yeah, that's what they
And
showcase their stuff.
And I've noticed pigeons that I see some of the finest rolling, quality-wise,
During the breaks.
when they roll together.
Yes,
It's like they're competing against
that's
each other.
exactly right.
It's like, I'm gonna show your butt.
It's look like they're showing each other.
Yeah.
Look at this, man. Oh yeah, watch this. You know, because they really go to extremes.
Well, I
in
flew.
speed,
Rich
you know?
had a pigeon, one of his Irish birds. When I first started showing interest in him, she was a little scary coming into land.
Was that
And
10
I
cent?
pinched her off. I said, I'll take it. I'll take it. Don't cull it. I'll take
Oh,
it.
the blue check.
The blue check ball.
Yeah.
So I took that pigeon, one Irish pigeon, took it home, settled it, and flew it with my pigeons. And you could watch her, and she was 15 foot. 15 foot, maybe 20, 15 foot, but very regular, really good style,
Good quality.
good
you know.
quality. But when the kit would break of my pigeons, she'd roll the same depth as they would. 30 foot, 25, 30 foot. I'm like, holy crap,
Yeah.
what a pigeon. You know, and then she'd go back up and roll by herself, 15 foot, maybe 20 foot, and then the kid would set up, dump big, and she'd be with them.
Yeah.
And she'd roll, try to out-compete those birds. It's interesting.
Tell Ming what you bred her to.
Well, first of all, yeah, so all right. Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So then Rich's best pair of pigeons that he had been getting some of his top stock birds, I said, I want a couple babies off that, you know. He's like, yeah, okay. So he gave me 2 babies off it. And I flew them with mine. right? And the cock never rolled, never tumbled, never rode his tail or anything. So I paired it to that blue check that was rolling with my pigeons in the show pen there, and got a couple eggs, fostered them under my homers. One of them hatched out and raised up. Outstanding pigeon. So I mean, just off a pigeon that doesn't even roll, made it to that blue check, bred an outstanding pigeon. I stocked it, you know, and one for one, if you will, right? And
he was a looker, that little red.
Yeah, little red check ball
Oh
hen.
God, he was a beauty.
Yeah. And but she never rolled more than 15 feet. But I never flew her much with my pigeons. I kept her with Irish birds. And but it was an interesting story. So we are digressing a little bit. But I had this winter, I was mob flying all my pigeons. Had 80-some pigeons up. One day Rich was here. And the two best pigeons out of 80 pigeons, the deepest, fastest pigeons were two that he had bred, gave me. Cock and a hen. He's like, what was that? I said, oh, that's that mealy from you.
Remember that fly?
And then, boom, what's that one? Oh, that's a little blue check bald from you. You know, and so I stocked them. You know, and so there's something to be said with those pigeons.
Oh yeah.
You know, they can fly with mine, they can roll as deep as mine when they're with mine. But when I fly them by themselves, they're not as deep. They're more frequent. They'll fly, set up, break, fly, set up, break, set up, break. They'll roll 3-4 times a minute. But they're not going 30 foot. And, you know, the ones that I have. And so they're really interesting. I'm anxious to see how they do this winter.
Be anxious about 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Well, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Be anxious about that, because I tell you what, they're going to put on a show.
Did you feed them up so they don't land in 2
yeah,
minutes?
I fed the shit out of them, man.
Okay. No, I'll be there before I go to court.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited
tomorrow's the
about it.
day I go, so you've been charged with this, this, and this. These are your rights. And one of them is to plead guilty or not guilty. So if they plead guilty, I'll just sentence them, and we're done with the case.
Yeah.
And next.
Do they get mad at you? Can you tell sometimes?
I don't know. You know, they
You
wouldn't.
don't know?
They wouldn't got a ticket if they didn't break the law for crying out loud. So
right.
they're all guilty.
So they don't have a right to be mad at you.
Yeah, they're all guilty. Yeah. As an old cop, but we have rights. You know, they have rights, and so if they're so drunk they don't remember what they did, I'm like, well, then you shouldn't plead guilty if you don't remember. So you should plead not guilty, sir. Yeah, I don't remember any of it. Yeah, okay, plead not guilty. So that's tomorrow. I get to do that. And
That's like your Monday usually is, isn't it?
well, Mondays are when the people that pled not guilty,
oh, okay.
they show up with their
They're
attorney,
in jail, aren't they?
and they change their plea to guilty. To a lesser,
they learned.
They plead to a lesser crime. The county attorney usually lowers their charge, and so they plead guilty, and then they have a plea agreement, and but it takes time. Whereas if they just plead guilty, we're done. And I don't beat them up too bad. A couple $100 here and a couple $100 there, and 6 months in jail, suspended. But yeah. Anyway, that's tomorrow.
Rick, is there anything in that life that you bring into with the birds? Is there any way that
You know, that's a good question, Meng, and I'd say probably not. You know, patience. And we have a lot of frequent flyers, as we call them.
It's a big one.
Yeah, and you could be a real hard ass and judge. But patience, the pigeons have shown me patience over the years that I use patience as a judge quite a bit. And like today, I had a case today. It's not pigeon related. It was a landlord-tenant situation. So this guy had been staying on this piece of property in the summertime in a RV, and he was building furniture. And he was friends with the old guy that owned the property. And the old guy says, yeah, you can spend the summers here and build your furniture and cut a lot of these trees down because they need to be cut down and logged. And so they've been doing that about 5 or 6 years. Well, the old guy died. And the daughter is now the executor of the estate. They want the guy off the property. Well, he had a verbal agreement with this fella who's now dead. So he no longer has a verbal agreement. But I let him be heard. I let him tell a story. Whereas the plaintiff was like, Judge, we don't have an agreement. I want him off my property. He's cutting down trees. I don't want him doing. He's using electricity. And I'm like, listen, man, he has a right to be heard. Let him be heard. And so the patience, I still ruled in favor of the plaintiff, but I gave him an opportunity to be heard. And that's patience. And the pigeons have shown me patience. And I remember Heine Biker told me, he says, does Rick Schoening have enough patience to fly my pigeons? And with Heine's pigeons, I did not.
Neither did I, and I got
Neither
a lot of
did Rick.
patience.
Yeah.
I hated them.
Yeah.
Rick says, "Do you want half of these birds?" And I go,
No. Well, I'll
"No,
try 'em.
I did. I
You
got
took
half
'em.
of them." Yeah.
Well, I moved to Hawaii, so you took them, yeah.
So I took them, and then I thought, "Wow, this is cool." So I
You had no luck with them.
I had
Put it
no
that way.
luck. I let them out, and they were like one on every pole and every tree, as far as you could see. And I thought right away, I don't want this no more,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But
I
anyway,
gave them all the way to one guy. I said, "Come
Yeah.
get them. You can have them all of them in."
Yeah.
Yeah, there were, and then he didn't ever get nothing out of them.
Well, no, he got some. The Hawks ate most of them, but he couldn't wait to give them back.
Well,
to me
who
when
was it? I just talked
Gary
to.
Bears. Gary Bears.
Well, no,
took them.
somebody else had Heine Biker birds, and
Oh, Rich Cash.
yeah, I was
Rich.
talking to him. He
Yeah.
told me about them. He said that he didn't like them.
I mean, they're just different. They're a different breed of birds. I'm not a different breed, but just different family, and
Yeah.
the guy that developed the family knows how to handle them. And it's like my pigeons. A lot of guys take my pigeons and they can't do well with them. And I'm like, well, they're not for everybody. Same with Rich's birds, his hoochies. Some guys do well with them, some don't, and they're just expecting, you can't expect instant success. Like I say, I talked about the Ron Phelps on my last interview. He's probably the only guy I know that was able to buy success. Went around, paid big money for birds right out of the air, and took them home, bred them, and 7th in the World Cup? 8th, yeah. And ended up giving Rich that team.
Yeah, that's where I got my start.
That's where you got to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, Heine sent me 3 pairs. God love Heine. He didn't want to send them to me. He says, "You don't need pigeons for me. I've seen your kits 3 or 4 times," and he said, "You just need to breed an old bird team.
You know what?
Quit giving your pigeons away."
You know what Heine told me? Yeah, that's good advice. Heine told me, I said, "Well, how many good birds do you raise a year?" And he stops and he thinks, shakes his head around. He goes, 3. I about lost it, man. He goes, 3.
Yeah, and he
you
told
have
me
a
the
good
same
year,
thing.
you get rid of. I thought, wow.
He didn't breed very high percentages.
No,
And I just
really.
thought maybe his ideals were way higher. No, he was right. He didn't breed very high percentages.
And then he didn't send the good ones. They were so rare that he probably
Yeah.
hung on to them
He
all
hung
for
on to
himself.
them. Yeah, you can't expect a guy to give you his best pigeons.
Well, you do.
Well, some of them, yeah. I do. I sent a pair to a guy in California. That hen was phenomenal in the roll. Oh, you filmed her. There's that one little blip. There's that one scene of the kid breaking over the mountains, and that one pigeon just keeps going. Shoo. I said, "I know who that is."
That's been the one that caught my brother's eye too.
Yeah, oh yeah, when they broke right there, and there was the birds rolling.
So your
perfectly.
brother's interested in the birds also?
Oh yeah, they're like, we recorded that sound, but I'll play it back for you.
No, it's pretty good.
He's-
I was just telling him about the hole in the side, and he saw it. Oh my God!
Oh, that's right. I remember you said that when it happened.
Yeah, this is what he's like. We pulled up.
Oh man, did you see that? Oh, dude. When you talking about that one, the ball, yeah. Holy shit, that's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, it catches your eye when you
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
when it's right there. That's
Right.
when they were coming down.
Yeah, that was,
No, that's great. Yeah, he was like, "Whoa!" Yeah.
Well, that's
I
like
remember right there.
that one you named Hoochie. Remember?
Oh yeah, your house.
I'm gonna take that hen and put it on essay.
And say, yeah,
Yeah.
I think you should.
I think so too.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
You know, I found another bird I got from Brian, 2087.
Oh, another one.
Yeah,
You
cock.
found it.
A cock.
You thought you'd given it away.
I found it. I didn't know what I did with it. It was kind of just like, what?
Where'd that bird come? Well, you're
Yeah.
flying it?
No, it's in the breeding loft.
Well, good, because I was thinking like, God, he pissed it away, but you didn't. Good on you.
No, I got that one too.
Good.
And then 6921, that's another one.
Yeah,
I got
but
from that came in the
that came-
auction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got 77 and
nice bird,
76 of those two hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good job.
Let's talk about the auctions, huh? Let's talk about what that does for the community, being able to.
Well, you know, like we use it as a fundraiser for our club, and so we ask guys like this Jeff Meyer, God love Jeff Meyer, he did a hell of a job asking people to donate pigeons, and it's because we're always struggling. I mean, here in Montana, I mean, you know, Rich is on Social Security, Jeff's retired, I'm retired but still working, but you know, money's tight to pay for a judge, to be traveled around. And so the auctions, people donating birds, it allows people from around the country to buy some top quality pigeons in these auctions, and then the money is used by the local club to run their flies. And I think, what did we make? 8 or 9 grand.
Close to 10.
Yeah, it was a lot of money. And, you know, guys, Brian McCormick donated birds. A lot of people donated birds. And we made good money.
Man, it sure helps when you go out and have
gosh. Yeah, because,
take lunch, or go to breakfast or whatever, you know, it's all paid for by our auction.
yeah, and our debit card. Oh, my
What-
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, what a difference it makes, you know.
Yeah, because I always coordinated the flies over the years, and I ended up eating most of the damn airline tickets with my air miles. I'd use my air miles.
Oh, did you?
My wife never knew that. But,
Hey, girl.
yeah, but I mean, otherwise, it was going to be $50-$60 to fly a kit, you know, and it's just, the auctions have been really good.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, I see that there's so many auctions now. Every month there's an auction going on, and I think maybe the audience is saturated a little bit. I could be wrong, but I noticed that people aren't spending the money that they normally used to, and because I don't usually sell pigeons, and so when guys want pigeons for me, I end up giving them to them. But I like to donate a pair here and there for an auction for another club, and that way the club makes some money, and then hopefully somebody that does win them will take care of them because they had to pay for them. And but it's a great thing the NBRC is doing with that, and the NBRC makes a percentage of the auction. I forget what it is, but it's
10%.
not a lot.
I think
What
it's
is it?
10%.
Yeah, 10%. And
I think. I'm not sure.
I mean, but it pays for Danny Sturgis's time, and club makes a few bucks,
Yeah.
and but it's a good thing to be doing, because you can always look on those auctions and go, and if there's a bird that catches your eye, oh my gosh, you know, I gotta have
I
it.
tell you what, the last auction I donated to that AAA roller club, I think out of African American Roller Club.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the guy that, was it Ronnie Ross?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Oh, Ronnie Ross was the guy asking for donations.
yeah. So anyway, whoever got that bird, it was one of those, remember I told you I had four of those Irish, ones that I just talked all at one time. They were all dark checks. They were
Oh,
all
yeah,
like,
yeah, white
I mean,
flies.
just blew
Yeah.
me away. Oh my God, all 4 of those. Well, he got one of those. And I'm going, oh no, I got rid of one of those, you know. I didn't think about it, you know.
Yeah, it's tough to get a good pigeon from this guy. He's
I don't like to give my best
He's
pigeons
greedy.
away.
He's greedy.
I'm greedy. I'm stinking greedy. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Like I did 42 young birds I sent out to 3 different guys this year. You know, for free. Well, the one guy paid the auction, so he got 16, and then the other ones were just gifts, and that's way too many. I should be done breeding by now, but I'm not, because I got one more group that are just about weaned off that should be going Monday, but Monday's a holiday, so I got to next Monday. And
Mondays, what's
yeah,
Monday?
Labor Day coming up.
Oh, that's Monday, huh?
Yeah. And so, right? It's Labor
Yeah,
Day,
I
right?
guess.
Labor Day.
Well, you know, that's what I like that one, because when Polson has that holiday, right after that, it's like, whoa, what happened to the traffic? because all the tourists are gone home. Then the older people that have kids, they got to go home for the kids' school. So it just starts thinning out, you know.
Gets back to normal.
Yeah, almost normal, you know, but it's pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. Because we used to, oh man, I lived on a dirt road when I moved here. You could shoot coyotes off your porch, you know, all day long, you know, just.
Was that a dirt road when you moved there? A
It-
gravel road? Was it?
It was partially gravelled, but a lot of the seal coat had worn off.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it was a dusty, nasty.
Yeah. I live on a dirt road.
Yeah, you live on a dirt road.
Yeah. So anyway, we digressed. So, auction you talked about. What else you got, Ming?
I want you guys to find some funny stories that you guys can share.
Oh man.
Like some humble beginnings, right? Like things that you guys thought would work, and you know, you look back at it, you're just like, well, that was kind of silly, but you know.
Well, Rich tends to do things more silly than I think I do
Yeah.
on fly day.
Well, I'll
And,
tell you the silliest one I did
yeah.
was this last fly day. I don't even want to talk about it. I was
Yeah.
still mad at myself for what I did. I let somebody talk me into something I shouldn't have, because I was scratching my head. We had 93-degree weather for what was it, 5 or 8 days in a row or something like that. And I didn't know what to do. They were overfed and this and that. And some guys told me to do something. They tried and then it worked for them. And I thought, hey, I'm at the end of the rope right now. I don't know what to do. So I did that, and it was so stupid. Oh my goodness, it was stupid.
Well, you know, the interesting thing, Ming,
Why so was it too hot?
No, it was just too
you
stupid to
changed,
talk
you
about.
changed the feed at the last minute.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
When you fly in a region that's so competitive that any one of a dozen guys could win it, you're like, oh, shit, pardon me, but I got to try something to beat these people. Because you know they all have good kits. And I have a nice kit. I got to tweak them a certain way.
That's right.
And I'll never forget when I was judging the World Cup in '05. I was down in California. And this young man put up a really nice team. And there was a longtime flyer there watching him. And he saw how I was judging. And he made the comment, he goes, oh my gosh, somebody's finally judging by the rules. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't I? But anyway, so you could just see in his eyes, he's like, I'm going to go do something to my team. So he left us, and he went home. So we continued 4 or 5 other kits. We get to his house, he put them up, and they fell apart. He did something stupid at the last minute. They weren't broken, but he thought he could fix them and make them even better. And I'll never forget that. You know, he had maybe 1 or 2 pigeons.
Is that the
in it.
millet?
That was Jerry Higgins did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it was like, Jerry, what the hell did you do? But you're a master flyer. I'm not going to question you at all. But I could see it in his face, and he's like, oh, I got to do something. And he left because Sammy Williams flew a hell of a kit. That's who he was. But we do things, Ming, that as I get older, I don't really care as much. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I got good pigeons. They're going to be good. It's just whether they're going to be great. And so, like, the World Cup this year, the regional, no, on the finals, I'd won the region, took first and second, and so the kit I put together for the finals, there was 3 Irish birds that Rich had bred for me in there. And the last day I flew the pigeons, like 2 days before, one of my deeper cockbirds rolled coming out, hurt himself, bruised his tail. And I'm like, well, you're out, because with a bruised tail, you're not going to roll much. So I pulled him out, and one of the Irish cockbirds that Rich had given me was rolling pretty good, pretty regular. I'm like, I'm going to put him in there. And then I got to thinking, well, that guy that hurt himself, his brother is kind of crazy. He might do something stupid coming out. So I pulled him too and put another Irish cock in there. So I had 5 Irish cockbirds in there. 5 Irish birds, 3 hens and 2 cocks. So out of 20 pigeons. So up they go, and they're starting to break big. Oh my God, everybody. I'm like, holy crap. I started getting butterflies in my stomach. I hadn't had butterflies since I played high school football. I'm like, holy sheesh, they ain't gonna do it. So I went and sat down. I sat down. And they did one big break, a 10-bird, 11-bird break, and boom. And the bulk of them had the 5 Irish birds in it. And one of the cockbirds wing clapped in that group and drove a hen a little bit. Anyway, that group separated from the other 10. Never joined. You know, and I'm like, and both groups rolled their butts off. The top 10 rolled their butts off, and the lower 10 rolled their butts off, but of course, scoring's done. And I shouldn't have added those 2 extra cocks. I should have stuck the ones I had in there, because the 3 Irish hens were bulletproof. They never left the kit. They always stayed with them. And that's my funny story. You know, you try to do something at the last minute to try to win, to do your best scoring, and more times than not, if they're not broke, don't fix them. And that's really hard not to do, especially in the finals. And you're flying against guys like Brian McCormick, you know, and Mark Ritter, and Mike Wolden, all these top flyers, you know, and you got to have your numbers way up there. Gabe Glenn, you know, and
Rich Hayes.
Rich Hayes, yes.
Yeah.
And,
You'll see in the morning, boys.
Yeah. And you make mistakes, and you just, yeah. And we all do it in one way or another, one time or another.
So competition nerves are real within this sport.
Uh-huh. But you do stupid things, you know, and you should never try something the day before your competition that you've never tried before.
Right. Boy, ain't that
Well,
the truth.
yeah, so-and-so said try this,
Well, that's what I had to do.
you know, and
I told you about that just now.
I mean, if you got a marginal group of birds that you don't think are going to do anything, light a fire under their butt and see if they do something. But if you got a kit that's working pretty good, it's going to score decent, leave them alone. And if the stars lined up, he might win it, you know. And but yeah, that's the first. I mean, that kit was really rocking. I mean, in 9 minutes, I ended up what, with 192 points in 9 minutes. If they'd have done that the whole 20 minutes, I probably would have won the damn thing this year, you know. And
Yeah, I only beat you by 15 or 20 points that day.
yeah, and your kid flew 20 minutes altogether. Mine did it in 9 minutes. That score, yeah, I mean, before they split apart, you know. And so,
But they split apart.
yeah. What was that squeaker? Squeaking noise.
So do you guys have like an order of operations during competition for you guys? And what I mean by that, it's like, do you guys have like a checklist or things you guys prioritize for your birds? before?
I don't.
No, me neither.
And that's why, you know, I laugh because to myself, competition is fun. I get wound up on competition day, but I don't take it as seriously as so many people do. And if the
He
pigeons,
used to just go in the house.
I used to get so worked up,
Yeah.
man. I would go in the house. I'd let the kid out, like, oh, I can't stand it, and I'd go down the basement. And yeah, that's right, Rich. I used to.
God, I've never. Oh man. I'll
Yeah,
talk about
and
that.
so yeah. Anyway, I know Rich has probably got some funny stories.
I
He
do.
He probably doesn't want to share though.
I don't even want to talk about.
Yeah, I don't
There-
really
well,
wanna
I
talk
can't
about
think
it.
of any, you know. So
Yeah,
I'd have to.
I think
Try
we've
to-
all done it at one way or another. I'll never forget. Okay, I got a funny story. So I forget what year it was. Maybe late '90s. And
No, I do have a funny story.
I can hold mine. Go ahead.
Okay. Me and Rick tied one day,
Oh, that's a good story. That's a hilarious story.
and I've always heard that the judges has the final word, right? So
Finals, just the
five,
judges. Yeah.
585 for him, 585 for me. Exact same score.
But there was a percentage, right? You had more percentage, right?
I know. You did. He takes the judge and goes, no, your score screwed up, and adds it all up again, and comes out 5 points ahead of me.
The judge forgot
He forgot.
a 5-bird break. But the judge had already left. Rich was at his brother's in Idaho.
Is that
So,
how that?
yeah, Rich and his brother were the 2 top kids.
Who was the judge?
Ivan Hanchett.
It was Ivan.
Ivan
That's
Hanchett.
right. That's right.
So I'm like, well, I'm going to redo his score. So I
Which really, I don't think still to this day
Well,
that
anyway,
should have
yeah.
counted, because the
Well,
judge has
the
got
judge
the final
did change
score.
it after I pointed it out to him. He changed it.
He's not supposed to do that either.
I know,
really.
but he did. So Rich is at his brother's house, and I call. And his brother, Dennis Hayes, told the story that when I brought up the fact that I beat Rich by 5/10, the color left his face. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably did.
Yeah. It was like, oh my gosh, that son of a bitch. Excuse me, but yeah. And he beat me by 0.5 of a point. So, my funny story,
Well, no, I didn't. You beat me.
I beat you by 0.5 of a
Right,
point.
right.
Yeah, because of that one
Because
five-bird
the
break.
judge didn't have the final points that day. He didn't
No.
have the final say. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have just said tough, that's my decision, but he amended it. Yeah. So anyway, we go down. Ken Billings qualified for the World Cup that year in our region, and it was what Idaho, Montana, Spokane, Washington, and Utah actually flew together. And Ken was one of the qualifiers, and word had it that he had a great team. And so your brother, Ron Phelps, and I, and Stuart Brown, I don't know if you came or not. Did you go with us at that time?
Not sure.
We all went down to support Ken Billings for our region. He was our top kid. So we get down there, and he has a huge... John Weens. John Weens was the finals judge, the Canadian. He had won it the year before. And so Kenny, I'll never forget. We're all there in the yard, and he's like, well, I'm not going to fly birds for it's hot. I'm going to wait till it cools down this evening. And so he goes out in his darkened kit loft, and he puts a big block of ice in there and covers it up. Because I want to cool the birds down. And I'm like, man, this guy's serious.
I wasn't there. I didn't see
Okay,
that.
you missed out, Rich.
I heard about it.
He does that, right? So then a little while longer, he goes out there with a big rubber snake. Puts that in the kid box. Shuts the door. We're all like, holy cow, he's scaring the living heck out of those pigeons. And I think he even put another stuffed animal in there. He had all these things he was doing, right, to up his pigeons. So he let his kid out, right? And they were garbage. And he said, yep, I knew you guys weren't going to see a show with the pigeons, so I had to give you a show myself. It was hilarious what he did. You know, and I'm like, oh man, this is Ken Billings. He's a great flyer. He's putting ice in there. He's using rubber snake. I think he had a stuffed animal or two in there too. He put in just to rattle the birds. Supposedly, he said, "No, this was all a show because I knew you weren't going to see one." Oh, you gotta love Ken Billings. Yeah. Oh, I'll never forget that one. That was a good one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah, our region here, we had Salt Lake City flew with us. Jay Starling, what a great man he was. He's a great flyer. He's passed away early in life, and he coached Little League Baseball, among other things he did. And so a lot of guys, when we first started flying pigeons in competition, we were having issues with maybe our birds not doing the 15 minutes and landing early. Because a lot of us flew the pigeons that like to fly high and long, and so we rattle them with feed. We cut their feed way back. And so Jay he had his getting ready to fly his kit, And there was a little neighbor kid riding around on a bicycle, kind of watching over in a bit. And Jay goes, yeah, that's one of my ball players. So when my kid gets low, I'm going to give him a signal. That means hit the baseball bat on the mailbox to make those pigeons fly back up. He never had to do it, but he was all ready to go with a sign, he's going to make the kid say, oh, I got to hit the baseball bat. Oh, my God. The things we do. Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about how special you guys' region is. Yeah.
We got a hell of a region.
You guys got
Yes.
the region.
It's
Oh, I
small.
think so,
It's
yeah.
small region, though.
Well, but I mean the World Cup region, Rich. It used to be
Oh, the whole region. Yeah. I thought you meant
the
just
Northwest
Montana guys.
Rocky Mountain region.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's up, Odie?
You
So
want to
you're-
rest your feet? You can rest your
No, it's
I'm
my
gonna throw
ass.
everybody in.
It's just a square.
He'll be knocking over your camera. He'll be taking selfies. Yeah, our region, the Rocky Mountain region, we had Salt Lake City, we had Boise, Idaho, we had Montana, we had
Canada.
Northern Idaho.
Oh, you guys have Canada too, so
Well, that was in the not
Fall.
in the World Cup. We didn't
The
have
fall,
Canada
yeah.
in the fall. Yeah, in the World Cup. So it was Spokane, Washington, Montana, all of Idaho, and Utah. And you look at the flyers that were putting pigeons up in those days, some of the finest flyers, And so when you won that region, that was like, oh man. And to qualify, you would get 2 or 3 qualifiers. We had enough flyers. And you really felt good being able to knock some of those top flyers off. I always did, It's like, wow, I won the region. That's good enough for me. And I've always had trouble getting my pigeons ready for the finals after I win the region. The time period isn't quite enough, And so, but yeah, great region. Yep. Yeah. So, but Salt Lake left us.
So this new flyer guy you're talking about, he's gonna fly with us.
Which
this
one?
fall. I forgot.
Ben Billings?
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet so. Robin Rasmussen.
that's his
He
name.
may not do it this fall, but I bet he'll be flying this spring.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
He's a,
I was telling
he's
you,
a
we need to
Sacramento,
get a few more
Sacramento,
people, And
Sacramento transplant.
Marvin's really working on it. His wife says, I'll go up there. But she
She's a
says
visit.
it's got to
She
be
gotta
in an
come visit.
airplane up and back. I don't want to do that long drive.
Yeah, there you
He's
go.
all happy now because she's committed to
At least
okay.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they can move, man. They gotta,
Well, they're able
good
to
set
move,
up. Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's our region, and Salt Lake has left us. They have their own region. Utah is all one big region now. But Boise and us have kept it together. And for the World Cup, Spokane, we've lost all the flyers over there, although we do have one flyer over there who flies with the Yakima crew now.
Is he gonna judge something?
Ali is going to be judging
That's coming up
in
next
October.
Friday?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
our
okay.
23rd flyer.
Well, we'll get a chance to meet him. then.
Yeah, he's a good
Oh,
man.
good,
He-
good.
Transplant from California
Yeah.
up there.
One of my homies.
Yeah, yeah. And but anyway, we digress there. Any other questions you got for us
no,
tonight?
I was just gonna commend you guys on that tough region. You guys got like Ken Billings and
Donald Ladd.
Donald Ladd. And,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
well,
Peter Ott,
yeah.
Beaver Dayton, Jared Murray. I mean, any one of those guys could whoop us, And one guy I will say that's really coming up is Jeff Meyer in Columbus. Jeff's got his hands on some mason pigeons. He's figured them out, and he's going to be the guy to beat, I think. Yeah, and as long as he has good weather and doesn't feed too many to the Cooper's Hawks, and but yeah, and so it makes the competition. It makes it funner. I mean, there's some guys that, like Rick Mee. Rick's a great flyer, but he has no competition over there, so he wins every year. Like Tony Hatoum in Canada, he has no
Right.
competition. He wins every year, and so he's able to compete. And
Yeah, if you're in the finals every year, you got a lot
Yeah.
better chance of winning.
Yeah, and like Jeff Myers laughed. The only way I get to beat Rick Schoening is if he disqualifies. Well, not necessarily, Jeff. You're coming up, and that's what makes the region so good when you have a good group of people. But if you have one or two top guys, like there was a guy, Brian Goodwin, down in Arizona. He was the one that imported the Kevin McKinney pigeons from Ireland.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, the first time. And 2014, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And he said those pigeons were so good that he was winning every club fly with them. And the club was going to dissolve. So he gave them away. He got rid of them. He sold them to a guy in San Diego. And so when you have regions with just one or two top guys, like the Minnesota guys, you got Mark Ritter, you got Molly, you got 2 or 3 other top flyers up there. So any one of those guys, could pull it out. California, it's a crapshoot down there. You got some really good flyers, and too many to mention. But the rest of it, like Gabe Glenn's group in Ohio, they're coming up really good. The rest of the country, there's not a whole lot of tough regions, You have 1 or 2 top flyers that get enough guys to fly so they can compete nationally. And but when you got a tough region, it just makes you sharpen your pencil more. And
Yeah, it's like being born in the Bronx or born in
yeah, that's true.
being born in Burma.
Yeah.
Burma.
Yeah, Burma, yeah.
Just kind of.
There was so I'm in line at the airport in O'Hare, right? Zigzagging to go through security, and there's a young kid with a Mike Tyson shirt on. Brand new big white t-shirt with Mike Tyson and all the pictures of Mike Tyson holding his belts and all this and that. And he's like, we're going by, and I said, hey, Mike's a pigeon man, did you know that? He goes, yeah, I did. Yeah, I do. I saw the video of him and his pigeons, And I said, he flies rollers like me. And
Do you guys have stories of Mike?
I know. Rich has corresponded with him and sold him birds, but I haven't. Never met the guy. And but he's a bird guy, and so you gotta love him, And so many people in this world that have pigeons, especially roller guys, we have that common bond, and I really appreciated it when I judged in '05. Because everywhere I went, I was received so well, and we all got along. I mean, we were so similar about our likes and dislikes, but whether they're in England or Holland or South Africa, it didn't matter. We got along because of our love for roller pigeons.
Yeah,
it's really fascinating.
Well, what do you think, guys? We probably better get rolling, huh?
Yeah, we'll wrap up right here.
Yeah.
This is